If you're thinking about using Fountain TRT for your TRT service, you're going to want to watch this video till the end because I've tried them out. And I'm also going to tell you about the service I ended up going with instead that I think you're really going to want to know about. So look, I actually went through the entire Fountain TRT process. I took the quiz, I did the assessment, I spoke with their people, I gave them a real shot, and what I want to be fair here, they're not a scam, they're a legitimate service. But I ran into some things that I just couldn't get past, and I think you deserve to know what those are before you hand over your credit card. Here's my issue with Fountain TRT. First, the pricing. They mark themselves as a flat fee, all-inclusive, mid-tier option, and on the surface, that sounds great. But when you actually dig into it, what you're getting for the price is starting to feel a little thin. The treatment options are limited. They're basically choosing between a topical cream or injections. And that's pretty much it. There's not a lot of flexibility in how your protocol is customized to your specifically. And the second thing, and this one really got me, the follow-up communication. Getting answers to questions after you're already a paying customer felt slower than it should before a medical service that's affecting your hormones. When I'm dealing with something as serious as testosterone replacement therapy, I don't want to feel like I'm waiting on a customer service ticket. I want to feel like I have a real clinician in my corner. So I kept looking, and that's when I came across Rugiet. A buddy of mine had actually been using it for a few months and wouldn't stop talking about them. So I figured, all right, let me go through the process myself and see what the big deal is. And look, let me break it down exactly what I mean because the difference between the two is pretty stark. With Fountain TRT, your treatment options are limited. You're getting a topical cream or injections, and that's basically the menu. There's not a whole lot of room for them to really dial with something specific to you. With Rugiet, completely different story. The protocols are highly customized. They're actually building something around your specific levels, your lifestyle, your needs. It doesn't feel like a one-size-fits-all situation. The follow-up communication with Fountain TRT was another thing that frustrated me. Slower than it should be for something this serious. When you're dealing with your hormones, you shouldn't feel like you're submitting a support ticket and waiting to hear back. With Rugiet, the clinician access is responsive, like actually responsive. You ask a question and get an answer from someone who knows what they're talking about. Treatment delivery for Fountain TRT is pretty basic. Cream or injections. Pick one. Rugiet offers a broader range of how they can actually deliver your treatment, which again goes back to the customization piece. It's not just what you're getting, it's how you're getting it tailored to what actually works for your body. And the pricing. Fountain TRT markets themselves as a mid-tier flat fee option. And sure, it's a flat fee, but Rugiet's pricing is transparent in a way that actually makes you feel like you're getting more for your dollar. You're not just paying a flat fee. You're paying for a service that actually is built around you. That's the difference. The biggest thing I noticed right away with Rugiet is how personalized the whole thing felt. It wasn't just, here's some cream, put it on your arm, see you next month. They actually dug into my full picture, my lifestyle, my sleep, my stress levels, what was I already taking. It felt like an actual medical consultation, not just intake form. And here's where things really sold me on Rugiet. And it kept coming back to this because you just don't see it. And when I went through their assessment, they were straight up with me. They said, look, based on where your levels are at, here are your options. Here's what we recommend. Here's what you could try on your own first before committing to treatment. They weren't trying to rush me into anything. They weren't pushing their most expensive package. They were just honest. And in this space, in this online TRT space especially, that kind of integrity is rare. It's really rare. So I went ahead with it. And Within just the first couple of weeks, I started noticing a difference. My energy was the first thing, like the steadiness to it. Not a spike, not a crash, just a consistent level of drive throughout the day. Then my sleep improved, which if you know anything about testosterone, sleep is everything. And then my mental clarity kicked in. I'm sharper, I'm focused, and I'm more motivated. My workouts have been more intense. My results have been real and they've been fast. And here's where things about the pricing, it's transparent. It's flat, no surprise. What you see is what you pay. Blood work included, clinical access included, no separate fees popping up, no upsell, no locking you into a 12-month commitment upfront, flat fee, all inclusive, every single month, that's it. There's a link down below. Using it, it's going to get you a solid deal on getting started with Rugiet. And honestly, if you're ever on the fence, just go through the assessment. They're not pushy. They're not going to hard sell you. If anything, they might tell you to come back later. So you've really got nothing to lose by just going through the process. I've kept it pretty general, but if you've got specific questions about my experience, drop them in the comments below and I'll get back to you. See you on the next one.